Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Well, you can be if you give us a call at 434-394-0924. But we want you to hold off on your calls this morning because we do have our Farmville Mayor here, Brian Vincent, with us. And we'll say good morning to you, Brian.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I understand that you had a very nice holiday.
Yes, holidays were a great time to relax with family, and yeah, we had a good time. And then the snow that has hit us, or this little bit of ice, also gave us another chance to pause and spend some time together. So
well, that's good. Yeah, I was out with Iggy, and Tuesday morning woke up with the sun shining on the ice on the trees. It was absolutely beautiful. Sparkly. Truly winter wonderland out there. Yeah, it's gorgeous. But you know what? None of my snow has melted much. It's just a crust of ice out there.
Yeah.
In fact, I had to put my cruiser in a four-wheel drive to get out of my driveway this morning. It was pretty touchy there. Touch and go.
Well, whenever these weather events happen, it's always a great reminder of how grateful we are for the excellent public works crew that we have in the town of Farmville. Mm-hmm. They were out getting after it, making sure the roads were safe. It's the first time they've pushed snow in 2 years. So kudos to them for once again clearing the roads and getting all the limbs up and all that. They've been out circulating through the neighborhoods at a pretty regular pace, getting stuff taken care of as they always do. And so we're always greatly appreciative of the effort they give us in these times. And I was discussing it with our town manager the other day. Just these weather events, you have them and. From a town administrative financial situation, you start to, they always come with a price tag. There's overtime for employees. There's the resource materials that you need, like road salt and that sort of thing. But it's you have to keep the roads safe for the citizens, and our crew does an excellent job.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. I feel sorry for people in Richmond.
Yeah, we are more fortunate than the folks in Richmond who had to deal with that and no water. So yes, I'm likewise grateful that is not on our plate. I was joking. We were joking earlier. It's like that was a big old welcome to local government for the new mayor of Richmond. For the new mayor,
that's right. Oh wow. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll take the bull by the horns and get everything straightened out.
That's right.
Let's hope so. All right. So you had your meeting?
Yes, ma'am. We had our meeting last night. Yeah, the first one of the year, which usually comes with a couple of sort of items of business. We did have some public hearings. We had a public hearing on a mini storage unit project that was being proposed for Perry Drive, right next to Schul's home over there by Walmart. Mm-hmm. And then we had the fence ordinance arise again. It has recirculated and circulated and gone back and forth. And so we had that come up again. So we heard from a few residents, and then we dove into our business. We looked at our November 2024 finance report. Things are still moving along. We discussed the utility bill adjustments because we had some utility bill issues as we transitioned to our new water meter reading systems and that sort of thing. So those seem to be ironing themselves out. And then as far as new business that was normal, we have the vice mayor appointment, which is a nomination and appointment that is a 2-year biannual term. And so Vice Mayor Chucky Reed was once again nominated to be vice mayor and of course unanimously passed. So we're grateful to have him. And I'm grateful to have him as vice mayor. And then we did our rules of procedure. So we adopted our standard rules of procedure, which dictate how we conduct our business in our meetings. Mm-hmm. Robert's rules can be mystifying to the most schooled of us. And so we lay out some rules of procedure that help guide us so that we can have more layman's terms readily available for how we're going to navigate. And then we adopted our Code of Ethics and Conduct and Ethics Pledge, which basically lays out how we operate as elected officials It has the standard things you'd imagine, conducting yourself with integrity, impartiality, transparency, those sort of things. And so everybody signs that. We did that. And then we got to the meat, which was the conditional use permit for that mini storage warehouse. So that was the Rosemeyer business. They operate a storage facility next to Tractor Supply in town.
Yes.
You're familiar?
Yes.
So they have about 300 units there, and those 300 units are, according to Mr. Harvin, they are consistently sold out and booked. So they would look to expand, and they found a spot over on Perry Drive to do so. And so they're looking at incrementally over time adding around 700 storage units over there in an office building. And so that is a business district. As we know, Walmart, Super Walmart is there, as well as a number of restaurants, hotels, etc. And so that kind of engenders itself to a certain amount of style of development and what can happen there. And so that did pass on a 6-1 vote to allow for that conditional use permit for the mini storage over there. And there was some discussion amongst council about traffic on that section. It's a little heavy there. Yeah, and I believe this was before my time here, but Perry Drive was maybe a 1-lane road at one time. It had to be expanded when they were putting the Super Walmart in. Right. They had to put sidewalks in, all that stuff. And so, we're going to take a look at, we've got a council retreat in February on the 7th. And that's where we kind of do our 35,000 foot view, how we see the town moving forward in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And so that'll be a topic of conversation. Will be, if this is obviously, where most of the fast food businesses go. This is where most of these big corporate businesses are. Is there a way to mitigate some of that traffic issue there? And so we'll take a look at that. We also there was a boundary line adjustment and for a plat over there for that same section. The folks who own that property wanted to divide it up and have one portion be allowed for that mini storage thing, but then they wanted to leave some sections of it open for possible other development. So there's like a 5-acre section that got sectioned out. And so that boundary line adjustment happened as well. The only reason it came before council, normally that sort of thing, like if it's just strictly a boundary line adjustment, it doesn't come before council, it gets done administratively. But there were like a couple of items all jumbled together. And once that happened,
this be behind Walmart, or would this be
It's kind of to the side, so you're looking at Walmart, and then to the left of Walmart is the strip with the shops like Dollar General and stuff, and then past that is that Schul's home business, and then it's right there next to that.
Where the Putney's property was.
Kind of, around there.
Sort of right there, in that area, okay.
And then the last big chunk of business was once again fences, which, it's fun. I always, I am a 35,000 foot view person. I tend to look at things from a very macro level, and I will try to weigh in on some things specifically, but for the most part, there are things such as like the fence ordinance where it's not my top priority, and so council have been debating this, going back and forth with planning commission, and last night's end result was virtually the entire thing got scrapped. And I believe the motion that carried just basically spoke to safety and sight angles for pedestrian and vehicular safeties, trying to mitigate people building fences that impact that line of sight. But as far as height restrictions and all that stuff, it basically got thrown out the window. And so we'll move on from that, thankfully, and start to look at some other things. I will say that I'm grateful. It was a 4-3 vote in favor of scrapping it. And despite the fact that there was maybe a few hiccups in there, for the most part, I'm always grateful for how our body of council members conduct themselves, particularly in contentious debates.
Right.
I think it can be a model for other folks. We see so much ugliness in legislation these days on many levels, and it's important to remember that you may disagree with somebody's opinion on something, but it doesn't mean you need to call into question their motivation or their core,
their integrity or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we just have a difference of opinion.
Right.
It's not that this person is evil. It's just we have a different. They have a different view of how to get somewhere. Right.
Right.
And so remembering that is important, and we do that well on council, and I appreciate our council members for that. Following that, we had a quick town manager's report and then comments by the council and myself, but everybody was kind of thinking about trying to get out at that point because we were close to 7 and get out and go to the basketball game last night at Longwood. They had a home game, so we got out about 7. I will say we have the council retreat on February 7th, where it is a facilitated retreat. We have a local government professional who comes in and helps facilitate that. We did it 2 years ago when I first became mayor, and we had 2 new council members. This year we're doing just one day, I believe, because we have the same body of people, so we all know each other. We can just revisit the things that we had spoken were priorities, see if they're still priorities, see where we move forward. We also, this month I got these dates wrong last night while I was talking. I luckily got corrected. But January 16th, we have a joint town council and board of supervisors meeting. This is the second time we've done this in my term as mayor. And it gives us a chance to, one, keep the good relations rolling that have been established there, but also just to convene on some projects that may be of mutual interest. We've talked about the joint 911 dispatch. That's a topic of conversation often. And then we've got the project that the county's been working on with the radio towers and systems for...
How is that coming along?
It's coming along well. Yeah, the funding, they've got grant money, and we're pitching in. The town's pitching in a certain amount. Longwood's pitching in a certain amount. Hampton-Sydney's pitching in a little bit, and then the county's handing, of course, a lot of it. But it is coming along, and so, we'll continue making sure that everybody's on the same page. So it'll be good. Outside of that, I don't know of anything of great significance. I think there'll be an article in the Herald coming out this week, maybe tomorrow, Friday, about a solar bill proposal, which will probably be of interest to folks. There's a solar bill proposal in the General Assembly, which is getting ready to kick off, that floats the idea of creating these advisory councils around major solar projects. Like we have the Virginia Clean Economy Act, which I think was 2020, pushes for Virginia to get, something like 80% of its electrical power from renewable resources by a certain date. And so there's a contingent of lawmakers who believe we're not going to get there if local governments continue to hesitate and push back on some of the solar projects. And so they're looking for ways, I think, to expedite those processes. But in doing so, you run the risk of taking local power out of local hands to dictate what they're doing. And so...
It's a concern.
Yes. And I know for myself, I am strongly against the General Assembly taking power out of localities to make local decisions when it comes to projects and land use of that sort. And I know that most folks are, and so I can 100% guarantee that VACO, Virginia Association of Counties, and Virginia Municipal Leagues and their bodies will come strong advocating for that not to happen. But it is something to keep an eye on. And if you're out there and you're somebody who's inclined to pay attention to those sort of things, pay attention to that proposal this General Assembly session and voice your concerns if you are also. Because it'll take a little bit. there's some components of it that would take a little bit of the constituents' ability for input out of the process, and that concerns me as well. And so pay attention to those things. I believe the Herald's got a write-up coming up about it, but Virginia Assembly, General Assembly will be kicking off soon. We do have a new representative, Luther Cyphers, who is local. Was elected to the Virginia Senate for District 10. So that's our first local representative, maybe since Watt Abbott. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and so that's great. Luther and I've known Luther for a long time. At the night he won, was it not last night, night before?
No, Tuesday night.
Yeah. I texted him a picture of the two of us standing around a campfire with a bunch of other kayak anglers from 2013. 2013. And there was about 6 of us, and Luther and I are standing on the end next to each other. And I said, nobody at that campfire knew what those two guys were going to end up doing 11 years later. But,
that is, it's very exciting.
But yeah, so we'll have a local representative in the General Assembly, and so folks should make sure he knows how you feel about things. Yeah, it's exciting. Like I said, we haven't had somebody since Watt Abbott I have fond memories of, even from my time.
You're right. And we have the opportunity here at WFLO to get him in here to tell us what's going on as far as the...
Right, Luther came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he came in twice.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's, exactly. That gives you another touch point for informing folks about what's happening.
Right.
Exactly, which is great. I'll tell a quick story. When I first got on the board of Department of Wildlife Resources, then Department of Game and the Fisheries, this is my last year on that board before I term out. Watt Abbott was on that board. Mm-hmm. And it was such an education in how to navigate legislation and policy, because he was so skilled at moving in that space. And it was just such a pleasure. And I just have really fond memories of sitting next to him and watching him work. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Sure.
He's
absolutely.
Good guy.
Yep.
So with that said, we're in 2025, and we got some projects on the horizon that we're looking at, and we've got some good opportunities to continue to create a space here in Farmville that's a vibrant place to live, work, and recreate. And we're going to continue.
Well, all the elements are here, basically.
That's right. Yeah, it's a great place to live, and there are a lot of people who feel passionately about this place, and that makes it a fun place to navigate and then try to cultivate a continued piece of small town America with a little bit of smart growth, so that we can all continue to make a little money.
That's right. Let's hope so. All right. Anything else you want to add, or?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Okay. So, well, we appreciate you coming in and letting us know what's going on.
Absolutely.
As usual.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. That was Brian Vincent, Mayor of Farmville, giving us the progress that's been made, and for their first meeting of 2025. Sounds like it's going quite well. Friday, increasing clouds, a high of 36 degrees. We do have a winter storm watch in effect for Friday night and into early Saturday. We do have a 90% chance of some snow. I think they're calling for 2 to 4 inches of snow. With a low of 27 degrees, 20% chance of a little more snow on Saturday morning. Then it should turn sunny.
Okay. Yeah.
A high of 42 degrees, so maybe some of it will melt. Let's see. We'll see a low on Saturday night around 16 degrees under clear skies. For Sunday, sunny with a high of 38. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 20. And for Monday, sunny with a high of 45 degrees. Outside, our humidity is at 66%. Our barometer is falling off just a tad, 30.19 inches. We do have winds coming in from the west-northwest at around 9 miles per hour. Our current temperature at 22 degrees after a morning low of around, 20. But actually, it feels like it's 17 out there.
It feels like it's in the teens, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we got gonna get some more snow, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for it,
Oh, you are?
we haven't had snow.
Well, snow is actually really good for the environment because
definitely.
it cleans the air, it puts nitrogen into the ground, and, it's all
well and good in the
the
circle of things.
In the circle of things. All right, that's your weather brought to you by Collins Clearing and Grading. Give them a call at 434-392-6010. That's the easiest way to remember that. 392-6010. All right, we've got our birthday calendar coming your way. It's brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. They're located at 1907 East 3rd Street in Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
It's time, Noah.
Oh, boy. Okay, Chris.
May I ask you a question? Do we have any birthdays
We have
today?
a lot of birthdays today.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Well, let's get to it.
We got a nice amount of birthdays.
All
and
right.
starting off the list, we have Kinsey Motley of Farmville.
Okay.
Having a birthday today, January 9th. Also celebrating is Deborah Dunn. Deborah Dunn and Kinsey Motley.
Okay.
Having a birthday today.
All right.
And that's all I got.
Oh, I thought you said you had a lot
We
of
had a lot.
birthdays.
That's a lot of birthdays now. I mean, that's a decent amount. Two's not bad.
Okay.
Two of anything.
Did you check the calendar over there?
Yeah. Checked all the papers. That's all I got. For it is January 9th, right?
Right.
2025?
Yeah, 2025.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. I trust you.
I mean, two of anything is a lot. Like, imagine even eating like 2 apples back to back. You're gonna start feeling full, right?
Yeah.
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 So
Absolutely.
2 helpings of like chicken papai.
Yeah.
Or
I think
two's good.
I've got something
boy.
to talk to you about a little bit later. Okay.
Sure.
All right. The birthday calendar. How did they get those names to us?
They can call in at 434-394-0924. That's the number to call in and recommend a birthday. I don't know if you recommend a birthday. You give a birthday.
Yeah.
Or you can email if that's more comfortable for you at birthdays@wflo.net. That's a great email to get to us, and we'll go ahead and print them off and read them on the air.
All right. The birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it's not right, they'll make it right. Call 434-392-2802. All right. Lines are open, 434-394-0924.
Yeah.
And I bought some ahi tuna and 2 steaks. They're about an inch and a half.
Okay.
Maybe an inch.
Oh, yeah.
There. And I was going to cook them last night, but then I chickened out.
Oh.
Because I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. But all you do is pan sear them?
That's all you do, pan serum. Yeah. I mean, so the thing is, you put a little like layer of like salt, pepper. You add your seasoning to both sides. Some people like to use butter. I recommend using oil, just like olive oil. That's fine. And for at least salmon, I know we have like little salmon cuts about that thick. Like what would you say that is? Like an inch?
About an inch, yeah.
Something like that. Maybe a little bit less than that. That's a thick cut of salmon. But anyways, what I do is I cook it close to high heat. It's between like medium and high, right in between. And you sear one side for the magic number. I heard is like between 8 minutes and 6.5 minutes. So I just put it for 7 minutes on either side. One side, flip it over, other side.
Minutes?
Yeah. And I mean, you get a nice crust, like a nice kind of like flaky salmon, but the salmon's very soft in the middle and just very like perfect, very tender.
Yeah.
And that's how I cook fish for pasta. Do that, pan sear it, and then let it cool down a little bit and kind of break it up to where it's like the flakes and dump it in pasta. I don't like to say dump in reference to like cooking. It just sounds very like there's no love in it. You know, you're just dumping some stuff into some other stuff. You dump a can of this. You chop some this, you dump that in there. I don't know. It's void of love and meaning and care.
Right.
And that's what cooking's about. It's about the love they put in it.
Okay, so I'm going to cook that tonight.
Okay, wow.
So I'll let you know how it turns out.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I have to do my baked potato and my salad, beforehand before I cook the tuna, because the tuna will be cooked in 6 or 7 minutes.
Oh, it's 7:14. Yeah, so 14 minutes, 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And can you eat ahi tuna raw?
I'm sure you can. That's what sushi is, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Raw fish.
Yeah.
So, well, that's exciting, Chris. I really cannot wait to hear.
I'm just stepping out of my comfort zone here a little bit, so I just wanted to find out if it was right, because I did do a little research, on the internet for it.
Okay, yeah.
Then I chickened out and finished having some chili and a grilled cheese sandwich.
Sometimes that's all you need: chili, grilled cheese. Yeah. Last night I threw some pasta Alfredo together. It's the most basic, just a jar of Alfredo sauce and pasta mixed together. Nothing special, but I was like, I'm hungry. Oh, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean that should be a very exciting. I'm sorry. Sometimes you can't really see this. Oh, sorry, I did it again. There's like something that happens in the studio that the listeners actually are not aware of. That is me cracking my knuckles.
I know.
And I do that like just subconsciously. It's just I do it so much that I don't even know when I'm doing it.
You're going to end up with arthritis in your fingers really bad.
Oh, that's a wives' tale, Chris. That's not true.
I used to pop my knuckles too.
Yeah,
a little bit of arthritis.
Oh, man.
Stuff in it.
Well, it's just so relaxing. It's like It's I don't know. It's just nice. It's just like crack them. I feel like I can.
Just like when I used to pop my chewing gum.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It would drive my mother nuts.
It's the same kind of relief, and
yeah. Well, get yourself, instead of popping your knuckles, get yourself some bubble wrap and pop that.
But it's not the same, Chris. It's not the same, man.
You can do it, but just don't do it around me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's just like hearing somebody scratch their nails down
the
chalk.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No, but anyway, I love you anyway.
Oh, well, thank you, Chris. I love you too.
Yeah, just don't do you.
I'm sorry. Okay. But if I do it by accident, it's not against you. It's just it's something that
I know it's a habit.
I've been doing it since I was 6.
6.
I've been doing it since before you should be cracking your knuckles. I was doing it very early on, and my dad would react the same way. He'd be like, "You get arthritis," just like really aggressively, being like, "What are you doing?" And I don't know. My hands are perfectly fine.
Yeah, but you're only 22.
Exactly.
Right?
By the time I'm 30, I'm going to be like, I need somebody to write something down for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's get to celebrity
birthdays.
Oh, famous birthdays. And, okay, we've got top celebrity birthdays. Singer Joan Baez is 84 years old today. She's a folk singer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, she looks pretty good for 84, actually. And let's see, a fun fact, she has a son named Gabriel.
Oh.
So, good for her.
Good for her.
Rocker Jimmy Page turns 81 as well. Let's see, she was 84, so he's 81 today. And he released an album with David Coverdale in 1993. Oh. Jimmy Page. He was with he actually poses at the photo call of Becoming Led Zeppelin, so I guess he was with Led Zeppelin, the group.
Wow. Yeah, Jimmy Page has been around for a long time.
Singer Crystal Gayle turns 74. Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
Is that what she sings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's country music singer. And she was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2009.
John likes to mention the fact that they have to pay for that.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do have to pay for that.
But I'm sure you have to be in some. I'm sure it's not just about the money. Like, you have to make it, right? I mean, if I had enough money to get on the Hollywood Square, would I just be able to pay that and have a?
Yeah, you have to qualify.
Yeah, you have to qualify. You have to have some credentials. So it's not like
they don't give it to just anybody.
Exactly, and you're paying for real estate.
That's right. Actor J.K. Simmons turns 70 today. He is one of my most favorite actors. He really is. He's a very good actor.
What's your favorite movie with him?
I can't remember now.
Oh,
now
sorry.
That you asked me. He was at the MGM Studios at the premiere of Red One.
Ooh.
So I don't think I've ever seen that, but anyway.
He gets a lot of work. He's in a ton of
he does.
A lot of different things.
Let's see who else is celebrating here. Actress Imelda Staunton, I guess, turned 69. I have no idea who she is. Let me see. Okay. I see a little bit of a familiar face there. She played in The Crown, the miniseries, and she appeared on Downton Abbey too as Lady Maud Bagshaw. Singer Dave Matthews turns 58. He's from Charlottesville.
Yeah.
He was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last year. So he's 58 today. Let's see who else is celebrating. Actress Joey Lauren Adams turns 57. She was played in Veronica Mars. And let's see, she directed a pair of episodes of the show Still the King. Singer A.J. McLean turns 47. And he, I guess, was with the Backstreet Boys, maybe?
I think something like that.
Yeah. He once appeared in that episode of Days of Our Lives. That's the soap opera. Actress Nina Dobrev turns 36. And let's see, her fun fact is one of her first film roles was playing a younger version of Joanne Kelly's character in the TV movie Playing House. Let's see what else we've got here. Actress Karis Dorsey turns 27. I don't recognize her at all, but that doesn't mean anything. Her middle name is Lilla. Some more celebrity birthdays. Actor Kay Callan of Lois and Clark is 89. Actor John Doman of Gotham turns 80 today. Actor-singer Buster Poindexter, David Johansen, is 75. Guitarist Eric Erlandson of Hole, that's H-O-L-E, is 62. Actor Jolie Richardson is 60. Guitarist Carl Bell of Fuel is 58. The actor David Costabile of Billions and Breaking Bad is 58. Actor Dion Cole of Blackish is 54. Actress Angela Bettis of Carrie and Girl Interrupted is 52. Actor Omari Hardwick of Power is 51. Guitarist Drew Brown of One Republic is 41 today. Singer Paolo Nutini is 38. And actor Tyree Brown of Parenthood is 21 years old today.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
There you go.
Good celebrity birthday list today. Pretty big one, I feel like.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Let's go back to today in history real quick. Let's see. We mentioned American folk singer and political activist Joan Baez. And she was the forefront of the 1960s folk music revival. She was born in Staten Island, New York. American professional gridiron football quarterback Bart Starr. And I remember him. He led the Green Bay Packers to victory in the first 2 Super Bowls, 1967 and 1968. He was born today, Bart Starr. Okay, Mississippi. Oh, let me get the date here. In 1861, Mississippi became the second U.S. state after South Carolina to secede from the Union in the run-up to the American Civil War. And that's about it.
Okay. Not bad. Good day in history. A lot of fun things.
Yeah, a lot of fun things.
I did find some oddities.
Good.
If you want to... I found one that sounded interesting from the title, and I'm going to see what you think. Are you ready?
Well, wait a minute. Let me
get your sip of water.
Get a sip of water.
Sure thing.
But I don't want you to mention anything while I'm taking a sip.
Of course not. Oh, no. All right. Tell me what you think about this one.
All right.
2 Portland men die while searching for Sasquatch in Skamania County. I'm guessing it's Skamania. It's Skamania.
I would pronounce it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you want to get into it?
Sure.
I always like a Bigfoot / Sasquatch story. I think those are always very enjoyable. But it says this one's a little unfortunate. 2 Portland men lost their lives searching for Sasquatch in eastern Skamania County. The Skamania Sheriff's Office said Saturday. The men, this is what I find interesting, by the way. The men ages between 59, which was one guy, and then 37. I feel like that's a pretty wide age gap, right? Both into Bigfoot. You would think by like 59 you would have matured enough to be like, Bigfoot's fake. It's all fake news. But apparently you can be, searching for Bigfoot at 59 too. Nothing's stopping you. And then I find it interesting there's a 37-year-old that's encouraging this as well. It says they were found dead in a heavily wooded area of the Guilford Pinnock National Forest after a 3-day search. The pair had been reported missing on December 25th after failing to return home as planned on December 24th. So these guys went out Christmas Eve, maybe before Christmas Eve.
Looking for Sasquatch.
That's
you reckon Sasquatch caught up with them?
I think this might be a cover-up. Sasquatch cover-up. I'm going to say Bigfoot. They're the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Bigfoot,
Yeti,
Sasquatch, Yeti. So Bigfoot. So it says a family member alerted authorities, prompting a search effort. Utilizing footage from a flock safety camera, search teams located the vehicle belonging to the men off Oklahoma Road near Willard, Washington. More than 60 volunteers, search and rescue personnel, along with canine teams, drones, and ground crews, assisted in the operation. The United States Coast Guard provided air support. So even the Coast Guard's getting in on the search, which is pretty big.
Oh, did they find any Bigfoot footprints?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. This is using FLIR technology to scan the area despite challenging weather conditions, including freezing temperatures, heavy rain, snow. The men were ultimately found dead, with initial reports indicating exposure to the elements as likely cause of death. But they did not mention that another likely cause of death might have been a Bigfoot attack.
That's right. Well, if they didn't find any Bigfoot footprints, then...
Exactly.
Well, that's sad.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is? I think they died doing what they loved, and that's going out looking for Bigfoot. That's like, it reminds me, this story kind of reminds me of those mountain climbers that get lost, and then, and then they always interview the family members afterwards, and they were like, well, at least we can say he was dying, doing what he loved. And, these guys obviously loved Bigfoot enough to go into a national forest.
Yeah, but they didn't go prepared.
No. But are you ever prepared to find Bigfoot? Like, what do you need,
Oh, well, no.
Because I think we all know the answer here.
Yeah.
I want to believe in a Bigfoot, but I know what you mean. It's kind of a
bittersweet end.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, yeah. Anyway.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Officials, okay.
Top that.
Officials noted the difficult terrain and weather conditions, combined with the men being ill-prepared, you're right, Chris, as contributing factors. The Skamania County Sheriff's Office expressed gratitude to the search and rescue teams, which included personnel from Skamania County, Klickitat. Okay, weird one for you. Klickitat. Klickitat?
I don't know.
County, Hood River County, West.
Where is this?
I think it is in, I want to say Texas.
Texas?
No, it wouldn't be Texas. I'm sorry. I don't know why it says Texas. Because you know why I said Texas? Because this is something that somebody would do in Texas, search for Bigfoot.
Wait, well, okay, here we go.
Washington State, by the way.
Washington State. Okay, so here we go. So they're Christmas Eve.
Sure.
They've had too much to drink. Too much eggnog.
And this is your theory, by the way.
This is my theory.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had too much eggnog, and they're at this Christmas party, and they decide that they're going to go. They start talking about Bigfoot, and they decide that they're going to go find Bigfoot the next day, Christmas Day.
So they get their dollar store tents.
Yeah, or whatever, and they head on out.
Instead of putting on wool socks, they just put on an extra sock.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think you might be right, Chris. It says they also extended their condolences to families of the victims. This tragedy highlights the exceptional efforts of volunteers who sacrifice time during the holiday season and work tirelessly in harsh conditions to bring closure to grieving families, the sheriff's office said in a statement. So, yeah, it's kind of a sad ending there. But, I want to know, did they find Sasquatch?
Well, like I said, there weren't any Bigfoot footprints
no Bigfoot footprints, but that doesn't mean that Sasquatch, could have covered those up.
Yeah.
Also, were they looking for Bigfoot footprints, or were they just looking for the two guys and ignored other clues?
Well, that could be true as well.
You never know.
I
thought that was kind of a fun but sad story. I don't know. I always believed in Bigfoot. That's the thing. I always wanted to believe. But maybe this story kind of shedded some light on maybe I shouldn't be a 59-year-old man still believing in Bigfoot. Maybe it's time to give up the Bigfoot dreams.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe how old? The 27-year-old?
It was a 37-year-old. And if these guys should be, old enough to be like,
old enough to know better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do they really think they're going to find Bigfoot? Well, I guess they did.
I don't know.
All right.
Were we supposed to get a call from Henry today?
He was supposed to call in, but John speculated on Tuesday that maybe him not calling in because he didn't call in on Tuesday, it could be just due to outages, weather-related conditions.
Well, maybe I'll give him a call, check on him.
Yeah.
That's probably what we'll do. Anyway, okay, so I've got my ahi tuna that I'm going to prepare.
Cook up.
Yep. Let's see. Interesting. Facts. Yes. Okay. By the way, we still have time to have a caller.
We do have time to have a caller. If somebody wants to call in, 434-394-0924. That's our number to give us a call, and we'll be here. Mm-hmm. Happy to pick up the phone. Picking up the phone is no big deal.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's my Nonna, we might have to hold off on that. I still haven't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, Well, Chris, let me ask you this:
What?
Do you have any big or small plans for the weekend other than the cooking up the fish? For a little. Dinner.
No, just trying to keep my cabin warm and entertaining Iggy in the snow.
Do you do anything when it snows outside? Do you go out and make snowmen? I mean, I'm sorry, I even said that.
I used to do that.
But do you have any traditions that you kind of do when it snows? You're like, I'm gonna go out and make a cup of hot chocolate. I don't know. Do you Is there any special tradition that you?
No, not really.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes before, when it snowed, and my brother always loved the pristine snow. When I'd go out there
and you
would
step on it.
Sure, I'll just stomp around.
Find dirt where there is none and throw it in the snow.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought about that the other day.
Well,
when it was...
when you lose your husband or you lose your partner, whatever, things change.
Yeah.
It's more like, and you're in a situation where you are kind of isolated, out there. But I do have some great neighbors.
Sure.
But things change. You do things differently. But Idgie keeps me on my toes now.
Oh boy,
and she does.
Yeah.
So, but it's a good thing that I have those ATVs out there because that's what we do.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you get on the back and kind of just like hangs loose, or does she run with it?
She runs with it.
Oh boy,
she loves to run.
Yeah.
I've clocked her at 35 miles an hour.
You can pull her over for that, I think. Right?
I know.
Give her a ticket.
Yeah, and she wasn't going backwards either.
Wow.
Anyway, it just things change.
Yeah.
And but I do like to cook.
Yeah. A nice stew during like a winter snowstorm is like
stuff started like that. Make a lasagna, stuff like that.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's see. The oldest cat. You have a cat.
I do have a cat named Jeff.
His name is Jeff.
His name's Jeff.
Okay.
He's 35 years old, and he lives in my house.
Actually, he lived. The oldest cat recorded lived to be 38 years and 3 days old.
Wow.
That's
what I'm hoping for Jeff.
Yeah, that live that long.
Probably not, but like that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a long time to have a cat. You think the owner was like, when is this thing gonna kick the bucket already? Come on.
That's what I'm thinking about my birds too.
Yeah.
My birds had them for a long time.
You said 38? Was it 30?
38 years and 3 days was for the cat.
Wow. So imagine like if the person who had this cat got him when he was 20 and the cat was just a kitten. That means that the cat, he would have been 50, right? 20.
Yeah, 58.
58. When the cat finally, that's a long time. That's like a child almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think about all that money you spent on cat food.
Yeah, my cat Samantha lived to be about 17 years old. Finally.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good age for a cat.
Do you think the owner was like considering putting the cat in his will because he lived so long?
I don't know, maybe so.
By year 30, was he like, I guess he's just sticking around?
Yeah, you got it. We got to.
We do have to go.
Yeah, we got to go. But anyway,
get out of here.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice having Mayor Vincent in.
Always a pleasure to have him in.
Always a pleasure. All right, take care.
All right.
Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye.